look in East New York, Far Rockaway, Columbus, Los Angeles, why is it different? Why are we at the bottom of the barrel? Because we're not doing what God says, right? So what's some things that we should do? What you know about the Bible? You see your people with Jehovah's Witnesses. What are some commandments that you learned with the Jehovah's Witnesses? Talk about the Bible. Okay, 1 Samuel 2 and 3. I want to show you something. We could talk all day, right? But there has to be action behind what we're saying. I can say, I believe in God. As a matter of fact, I do with my wife. I can say, I can love my wife. I love her. But if I'm going out cheating on her, beating on her, do I love her? God is a God of action. Read.
1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 2.
Verse 3.
Verse 3. Talk no more so exceedingly proudly.
So God is saying, don't talk and boast yourself so proudly. Don't talk yourself so proudly. Read.
Let not arrogancy come out of your mouth.
Because the black man is a very prideful, arrogant person. Black people, we think we know everything. We think we got the answers, but we don't. God is saying we got to put that far away from us. Read.
For the Lord is a God of knowledge.
God is a God of knowledge. The knowledge is the commandments of God. Read.
And by him, actions are weighed.
Talking is weighed.
Actions are weighed.
Speaking is weighed.
Actions are weighed.
He says that actions are weighed, Polo. We got to do what we say. It's saying you got to not talk it, but you got to walk it, right? So, what's some commandments that you would say we got to do? What's some commandments you think that would improve us as a people?
You know, thou shalt not kill, first and foremost.
Okay, thou shalt not kill, I agree.
You know, my thing about it is, though, I feel like what y'all doing is a great thing.
Okay.
To the fact that we're not doing that, and we should.
Right.
We should do that because it has an effect.
It does.
It does have an effect on people. You know, you never know what a person's going through.
Right.
You know, and God works through people.
He do. He does. He works through the prophets of God. Right. I want to ask you something. What's your nationality? Because I know you said Jehovah's Witness. Who are you as according to the Bible?
I'm not this, so I couldn't even tell you that. My parents.
Right,
you know
right.
What I'm saying? My dad was, my mom was, you know what I mean? But I know I'm some type of foreign making something in me.
Would you say your father is Jamaican?
I don't know.
Or your mother? You would say that they're black, they're so-called black people, though, right?
Black.
All right, so here's the thing, right? When you look on this sign, these are all the names that they gave us, right? Here in captivity. They called us black, African American. Do you know that African American, that's two different continents, right? And then take a picture of that, right? So Africa came from a white man that conquered the named Leo Scipio Africanus, right? So that's a white man. Then you have America that comes from another person called America Vespucci. And Romans 8:16, right? So how can we be descendants of two white men? Does that make any sense? That doesn't make any sense at all. Dominican means dog of Spain. Puerto Rican means rich port. How can a person be a rich port? God calls you something else, right? So read chapter 8, verse 16. You're going to find out what God calls you today, Polo.
Romans chapter 8 and verse 16. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of God.
So when we look at this Bible, when we look at what was prophesied that would happen to our people, we know that we are those people that the Bible's talking about. We know that we ain't them names that they called us, that we are the children of Israel.
That's right.
Because that's who you are, Polo.
Right.
You're an Israelite according to the Bible.
Right.
I'm going to show you. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 16, right? 15. I want to show you something. You are a God on this earth, bro. You are God's greatest creation. You're a king. But we don't understand that and we don't live like that because of the things that they put us through. The oppression, the bad jobs, the first fire, the last hire,
right.
The child support, dealing with the wrong woman, social media, politics. These things have corrupted our minds
right.
and took us from who we are.
Right.
But God is sending us today to show you that you are much more than what they call you. Read.
Right. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass.
Polo, you familiar with Moses, right? All right, so during this time, right, through the Spirit of the Most High, God gave Moses a prophecy. He said, it is going to come to pass. If you say something's going to come to pass, I mean, this is going to happen, right? Come on. You're a smart brother. You can follow me.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Like my brother on the bike right here. My brother on the bike. I'm talking to Polo. God said that if we don't listen to what God said, that bad things were going to happen to us, right? So we're reading what would happen if we don't listen. So you must listen to know what's going to happen to you if you continue to not listen to the word of God. Read, come on.
if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments.
So he says that, Polo, my brother on the bike, we must observe to do his commandments. We got to figure out what the commandments is. It's a saying, if you knew better, you do better. So we must know what we must do to come out of these curses, right? Come on.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses,
All these good things,
all these curses,
all these blessings.
all these curses.
My brother on the bike, God said that curses will come upon us for not listening. So it's imperative that you listen. My brother Polo, it's imperative. It's a good thing that you stop. You could have kept it moving. God caused your wallet to drop. He knocked some sense into you real quick, right? So, and then you look at our people, right? They don't want to hear the word of God, right? Read.
And overtake thee. Verse 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city.
So, Polo, God says that the Israelites will be cursed in the city. When you look around Columbus, right? When you look around Queens, Far Rockaway, Astoria, all these different neighborhoods in America, who's at the bottom of the barrel? Who's in the projects? Who got crystals and liquor stores everywhere? God is saying that will be us for breaking his commandments. Read.
Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field.
Sugarcane fields, the tobacco fields, the rice fields. We are those people that suffered during that. So God is showing who the children of Israel are today. Verse 37.
Verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment.
Astonishment. When people see the black man, they say, wow. Look at them niggas. We trendsetters. They astonished. Yeah, but we got the true religion on. We flee, 30-inch rims. The woman got the BBLs and the heels. We are very trendy. And the music. But it's not according to God. We're really infamous.
That let you know we have the power. That let you know we chosen.
We do.
We the biggest influence in the world.
We do.
We the biggest
We are.
in the
You're
world.
right.
Nobody can stop
But we got to keep the commandments of God to get our real power, bro. Our real power. We must know who we are so that we can get the real power. Psalms 82. I'm gonna show you, like the officer just said, and you just said it yourself. We are gods, bruh. We are gods. We are the fashion, the former of all things. But you can't tell when you look around Columbus. We living like niggas. Read.
Can we stagnate ourselves? Facts.
Psalms 82 and verse 6. I have said, ye are gods.
You are a nigga.
Ye are gods.
Homeboy.
Ye are gods.
Below everybody else.
Ye are gods.
God says that, Polo, you are a god. Black man here in Columbus, y'all are gods. But you must act like it. Read.
And all of you are the children of the Most High. But ye shall die like men.
So, Polo, I'm going to ask you a question. He says you are gods, but you're going to die like a man. Why is that? He said because we ain't perfect? Okay, 6 and 23. I'm going to show you. The reason that we die like men is for what Moses prophesied would happen to us if we didn't listen. Right? The Bible's going to explain it. Romans chapter 6, verse 23.
Romans chapter 6 and verse 23.
Bring it out.
For the wages of sin is death.
Wages of sin are death. So your payment for breaking God's commandment is death. That's why we die like men.
Right.
Because real gods, they don't die.
That's right.
That's what God, and that's what the kingdom of heaven is going to be for.
Right.
When God sends his son Jesus Christ to destroy this place, to burn this place with fire, we are going to be gods and we're going to live forever.
That's right.
But if we don't keep the commandments of God, if we don't hearken and come back to the laws in these last days, we're going to continue to die like men.
Right.
That's why you see young men getting shot in the streets at alarming rates. Young women being kidnapped because we don't listen.
Right.
Proverbs chapter 13, verse 9. 13 verse 19. We don't listen. Our people, we don't care about the laws of God. And we're going to go over some laws, Polo, because you know you're children of Israel. You know you are God. You know you're special, right? Proverbs chapter 13, verse 19. Read that.
Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 19. Poverty and shame.
When you look around Columbus, you see poverty. You see shame. You see our people in a low estate. Let's see why.
Poverty and shame shall be to him that refuseth instruction.
So if you refuse the instruction of God, as God is saying, yo, pull up your pants, act like a man, take care of your children, and you go opposite of that, you're going to be a shameful person. You're going to live in a project. You're going to be broke. This is the reason why we're destroyed as a people, because we don't keep the commandments of God. Now, we're going to go over some commandments, my brother. I see your beard. I see a little shadow in there. Do you shave it off completely? Do you have the potential to have a mighty beard?
I do.
You do? Mine ain't that mighty.
Mine ain't that mighty either,
Mine is
but
patchy.
it has potential.
But I grow it because God says I must grow it. But you look at this brother right here, right? That brother got the mighty beard. You look at this brother right here, mighty beard, right? You look like you can have it too. That's a commandment. Read that real quick.
Leviticus chapter 21 and verse 5.
Don't be scared, sister over there. Come over here real quick, sister with the Camaro. We want to talk to you. Read.
They shall not make baldness upon their head.
God says we shouldn't make baldness upon our head. When you look at Tyrese, Michael Jordan, right? They shave their head, they think it's smooth. But God says we shouldn't do that. When we was in slavery, that's something that they would do to demean us.
Right.
They would shave your head, shave your face, and call you a boy.
Right.
No, your hair grows naturally. You see the wool on that sister hair right there?
Right.
That beautiful wool? God says don't bald that hair, don't cut that off.
Right.
Don't put extensions in your hair, sister.
No.
Wear it just like that.
That's
Because
right.
that is the standard of beauty according to God.
That's
Did you know
right.
that, sis? Did you know what your nationality is? So what I'm talking to Polo about right now is, I'm talking about who we are as a people. We must keep the commandments of God and we must come out of sin.
Right.
Now, I want to ask you a question, right? Based off this scripture, what would you prefer? Read.
Neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard.
Don't you like to see a man with a beard on his face? What is that? What does that show you? It's a badge of manly dignity, right? As I mentioned before, in slavery, they would cut off our beards, call us a boy. For instance, right, in the jungle, y'all watch National Geographic? I do, that's one of my favorite shows right there, right? How can you distinct a male lion from a female lion? Because of the mane, the beard. Grow your beard out, bruh. That's something small you could keep. My sister right here, right? My sister right here. What's your nationality?
I got to go.
See, where you gotta go, Polo?
I got to go to Atlanta.
You gotta go to do what?
Take care of my business. I just got out.
You just got out?
I just got
When
out.
you got out, bruh?
Friday.
You got out Friday? So what must you do so you don't go back and end up in the same situation?
Take care of my business.
You gotta keep the commandments of God, bruh.
Right.
Just here for a couple more minutes.
You know what, though?
Yes, sir.
That's why I got shut down.
That's why you got shut
That's why I
down.
got
The Most High shut you down, right?
So I can pay you.
All praises. A couple more you can bounce. Just deal with me for a couple more minutes. Sister right here with the phone, right? We going over some commandments, right? So the Sabbath day. Exodus chapter 20. Matter of fact, give me Leviticus 16 and 23. I want to show y'all something real quick. Today is a day that is ordained by God for us to observe it and do it. There's certain things we shouldn't be doing on this day.
And all of the captains, it's time to get active. We never reactive, we swinging the action. Cause you're running out of time. Yeah, you're running out of time. Yeah, don't be tripping up. Gotta keep it up, cause you're running out of time. Take time.
Hickory dickory dock. The lamb he started the clock. 2/3 gonna drop. Purple gold make 'em stop.
10:31. I was referring to the Sabbath day, but there's certain things that we shouldn't do. So listen.
Sabbath day is important, but I want to deal with my brother specifically because Isaiah 41:22. When you was locked up, how many people did you see look like you? Percentage-wise, what would you say? 80%, right? Watch this.
42 verse 22.
Read.
But this is a people robbed and spoiled.
We've been robbed and spoiled since slavery. We've been robbed of our nationality, robbed of our heritage, robbed of our last names,
Right.
robbed of who God is to us,
Right.
robbed of the Bible, and it was reintroduced with this image.
Right.
But not only did they rob us, then what they do? Robbed in what?
And spoiled.
When you spoil something, that means you take the goods thereof.
Bring it out.
So when we were robbed out of our country, when we were robbed of our dignity and our heritage, they spoiled. They took everything from us, bro.
Right.
Hold on, bro. Listen up. And this is what they did after that. Read.
They are all of them snared in holes.
They snared in holes. What do you call the hood, the ghetto? It's called the trap, ain't it? They do what?
Snared in holes.
Read.
And they are hid in prison houses.
80%. Read it again.
They are hid in prison houses.
Where they at?
They are hid in prison houses.
Parole,
Prison houses.
probation,
Prison houses.
13th Amendment.
Prison houses.
They are hid in prison houses.
That's right.
It's no mistake that the Lord smacked your wallet about your hand. You know why? Because he don't want you to go back. You got a bigger purpose.
I know.
You supposed to reach the brothers that's in there.
I did.
You know what I'm saying? So now we got to expound more perfectly what you got to show them and what you got to teach them and what you got to tell them. You got to tell them that they are Israelites.
That's all I did. To the youth, because the youth needed that.
They need. Hold on, say it on the mic, cause we want to hear you.
I said the youth
needed that.
Right.
You know what I mean? I had the hardest youth in there crying.
Judith 8:24.
You know what I mean? And it touched me that I was able to do that. You know what I mean? Like start off as an argument because I feel like I got kids y'all in. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a lot of things, but I'm a great dad. You feel me? And yeah.
So everything that you saying, we gonna line it up with the Bible because we don't want you to ever feel like there's a difference between you and these scriptures ever again. Everything that you are, your soul and your spirit is inside of these scriptures. It's just been lost. But now you've been found. Read.
Judith chapter 8 and verse 24. Now therefore, O brethren, let us shew an example to our brethren.
We gotta show an example to our brethren. I know the sister was up here and we appreciate her, but we gotta deal with the men. We gotta get the men right in our community. You said you was locked up and you just came home. All praise to the Most High God. Now we gotta make sure you never step foot unless you be an example. Read it again.
Now therefore, O brethren, let us shew an example to our brethren, because their hearts depend upon us.
What they hearts do?
Their hearts depend upon us.
The nation needs you, but they don't need you in the capacity where you've been. They need you in the capacity of where you're going to go, of what you're going to be, a prophet of God teaching God's people God's laws. Psalms 94 verse 16. So that means the same circles that you was around, the homeboys, the people that was cool with you getting locked up, now you got to do an assessment. Now the very same actions you're going to have to probably speak against. Getting high, you're going to speak against that. Woman to woman, baby mothers, baby fathers, crime, you got to speak against that. Watch this.
Psalms 94 verse 16. Who will rise up from me against the evildoers?
That ain't me asking you that. That's God asking you that. Read it again.
Who will rise up from me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
He put you through what he put you through so he can ask you that question. Because give me we hear him in affliction. I want that. Because when you was out and about doing what you was doing before you got locked up, it was probably hard to talk to you. Talking about God, it was probably hard to reach you. But when you had to sit down for a second and you had to assess your behavior, how you doing, my sister? Stay right here. When you had to assess your behavior and think about it, and you realize, like, you know what? I could be doing better. I got kids, like you said, you're a father. I need to be outside to be an example. But now the Lord is taking it a step further. He said, who gonna rise up for me against the drug dealers, against the killers, against the scammers and the finesses, against the strippers and the prostitutes? Read it one more time.
Chapter 5 and verse 15. I will go and return to my place.
God said he gonna return to his place, meaning he gonna turn his back on us as black folks, as ex-cons, as felons, until when?
Till they acknowledge their offense.
Until you realize I've been breaking God's laws. I've been handling business. I've been buying things on today, which is the Sabbath day. That's why our neighborhoods look the way they look. The white man ain't over us and able to put laws in place because he's just oh so powerful. No, it's because God said he not dealing with you no more, my sister. He not dealing with you no more. Until you acknowledge your offense, go ahead.
And seek my face.
But are we hard-headed as black people? Do we listen at the first time, or do we got to be told over and over and over again? So God said, I got a plan for that. Read.
In their affliction.
In their what?
In their affliction.
In their trouble, in their heartache, in their pain. Read.
They will seek me early.
Then they're going to get some sense. Then they're going to be like, God, I see you now. I hear you now. Like, for example, the way you dress right now, right? You don't want no big guy backing you down in a corner trying to take nothing from you, do you? You wouldn't want that, right? In that moment, you're going to call on God. God, help me. Right? In your affliction, you're going to seek God.
Right.
But God going to ask you, well, why are you showing your legs out? Why you got your body exposed? You see how one correlates to the other? We don't realize that the things that happen to us are consequences of what? Of our actions.
Right.
Read. Read again.
Hosea chapter 5, verse 15. I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense.
So you got to acknowledge your offense. Lord, I'm out here half naked. Lord, I was out here doing what I was doing to get locked up. Lord, I was doing what I was doing to get locked up. But now I'm seeing that there's a better path that I need to do. I need to keep your commandments.
Right.
What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is